To Vegas. I went to California most of the time.
Oh, I went to Vegas for my 21st birthday, right? And my
sounds
buddy's
amazing.
birthday is like a week before mine. Actually, his birthday's in a couple days. My birthday is in like a week from now. But so for my 21st birthday, my parents, my dad and stepmom, took me and my buddy Parker to Vegas for our birthday present, you know, and just we're buying shots all night, right? So we're just going up and down the strip, you know, like anytime you see a bar, you go in, buy a shot, leave, next bar, go in, buy a shot, leave, next bar, all the way down the fucking strip. At one point, when my parents were getting ready to leave, me and my buddy went into a liquor store, and you can open carry alcohol in Vegas. So we went into a liquor store, and we both bought a bottle of Jack and a 6-pack. And then we're walking down the strip, literally just chugging out of a fucking fifth of Jack.
Oh my gosh.
Cops, just walking down the street like fucking Joe Badass. Well, we fucking damn near finished those off. I don't know what happened to them because I started to black out. But
That's how 21 goes?
He went to the bathroom, and I remember the last thought of mine of that night, my 21st birthday. He goes to the bathroom, and I go, I wonder how funny it would be if I went and hid. Oh, here, let me give you a little more backstory. His phone died. And he went into the bathroom. He said, don't leave, because my phone's dead, and I won't be able to find you. And I said, okay. And he went into the bathroom, and I said, I wonder how funny it'd be if I went and hid. So I walked away. And that is the last memory I have of that night. From asking people who, like, I called on the phone, or, like, that heard shit, or that I was messaging, or whatever, this is what I could gather. He got out, and he wasn't blacked out, but he was fucked up. Well, he kept drinking and said, fuck that, I'm going to walk back to the hotel. Well, he was drinking on his way to the hotel. You know those moving floors they have, like, in airports also?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He made it to our hotel, found someone who had a phone, found my dad on Instagram and messaged him and said, hey, call this number. Called my dad and was like, or got a call from him. I was like, hey, I'm at the bottom of the hotel. I'm really drunk. Can you come get me? And then he fell asleep on that moving floor. Well, my dad came downstairs in the hotel to him at the end of the moving floor with his beard caught in the thing, just spinning in his sleep, throwing up on this moving floor. Like, there's literally a pool of throw up just moving constantly.
Oh no.
That escalated quickly.
I got in trouble because there was a bar that was closing, right? And I wanted more beer. Well, the guy walked over the back, and I jumped over the counter of the turned on the beer nozzle and just put my head underneath it, and I was just drinking beer out of the fucking keg. He came out, I jumped over, and I ran, and I, got away from him apparently because I didn't get arrested, so. And then I got a ride home from a stripper.
That sounds like Vegas. Yeah. That sounds like...
The girl that got off work, and I was on the phone with one of my friends, so she heard the whole conversation. The girl goes, hey, I just got dancing over at blah, blah, blah. Do you need a ride home? And I was just fucking blacked out. I'm like, yeah. So I got in her car. Fucking stranger danger, you know?
Yeah.
You could have been in all sorts of bad situations with that.
Yeah.
Well, so then my dad, I called him, and I was like, I'm in the hotel. I don't know where I'm at. So we're on FaceTime, and he's like, he sees a Starbucks logo above, and he goes, don't fucking move. I'm going to come down and get you. So he goes down there, finds me under the Starbucks logo, like he was just using FaceTime as a fucking map, right? He gets down there, and security's walking my way. So he runs over to me, picks me up, and goes, come on. And security's like, no, we got him. And my dad's like, no, this is my fucking son. I'm taking him to our room. And they're like, well, do you need, like a wheelchair or something to get him up? And he looks at me, I'm like, oh, fucking passed out. And he's like, no, he's got it. Backhands me in the fucking forehead, goes, come on, let's go. And I stood up. And he fucking dragged me all the way like 7 stories up to our fucking hotel room.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, so...
This is what I remember. I remember Parker going to the bathroom and me going, I'm going to hide from him. And then I remember waking up at 6 p.m. the next day covered in blood.
Covered in blood? Your own blood, or...?
Yes. So this finger, you can't, I don't know if you can see the scar because the camera quality is so fucking shitty.
A little bit.
You kind of see the difference in color on that spot right there?
Yeah.
Was sliced open. Hands covered in blood, arm was covered in blood, my fucking new button-up was covered in blood. I literally woke up, picked up my blanket, looked down, and I was just covered in blood. And I freaked the fuck out. Because I didn't know where I was, I didn't know what happened, but it was like, and it was 6 p.m. The sun was going down, and I was waking up.
Okay, yeah. So I had a crazy experience also in Vegas. Maybe not as insane as that, but it was not with alcohol whatsoever. I took that distillate, like I was smoking distillate down there too, like that 96% THC, and it's like decarbed so you can eat it, you know? And so I put it on this Cheez-It, right? And I mean, I just put a fucking glob on it, dude. And I'm like used to taking like 100 milligrams of THC, and I'm fine. And I think I put I put 300 milligrams at least on it. So I put it on there, and I think I'm good at first, bro. Like I feel good, you know. And we go to get on the monorail to go to this Mexican restaurant in New York. And I get on the monorail and I'm holding on to the pole, and dude, it was just like a fucking freight train hit me. It was just like out of nowhere, and I just felt like I felt like I was tripping, bro. I've done hard drugs. I've done acid, mushrooms, and shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I felt more out of control on that heavy dose of THC than I've ever on that. And it sounds crazy. And so we try to get in the Mexican. Yeah, bro. And I hadn't ate all day, so I just ate like a handful of Cheez-Its, you know. And I'm going to go eat at this nice Mexican restaurant. So.
Make a t-shirt for you. Cheez-Its and THC.
Bro, yeah. And so we go to this Mexican restaurant, and dude, I sit down, and we're eating the chips and everything, and I just notice I'm getting higher and higher by the minute, bro. Like
There's nothing you can do about it.
and like and
you can't throw up. It's already in your system.
bro, and I'm like picking up the food like with my fork, and I'm just like looking at it, and dude, I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, everyone around me knows I'm fucked up right now. Like, I'm just blown out of my mind because I couldn't handle it. And it was me and my ex-girlfriend at the time, and I felt like I was going to puke. So did she at the same time, because I gave her a little bit, but I didn't give her near as much as I took, bro. Like, I took a fuck ton. And I felt like I was about to vomit, so I go run into the bathroom, and I'm vomiting in there, and I hear, "Oh, kid's first time in Vegas." I'm like, bitches, like, you don't even know. I'm not even drunk, bro. I feel like I'm fucked up. Dude, yeah, it was a crazy experience.
Well, I went to
Vegas.
my first time in Vegas. I was 14, so.
Just fucking cold clocked a stranger.
Bro, and then I went to Zach
Last
Baggins'
time in Vegas.
museum. You know that about that shit?
Yeah.
That fucking haunted shit out there?
Yeah, he has all the stuff from their
Bro.
their ghost hunter stuff.
Bro. Okay. Listen to this shit.
You go to it?
Yeah, listen to this, okay? Alright. So, when we look on the thing and everything, usually it shows like a whole big major group of people going through it,
Yeah.
We just hit the fucking lottery, I guess, and went at the most perfect time where it's just me and my ex-girlfriend at the time going through it instead of like a whole group of people.
And you're fucking high, just going.
Oh, no, I'm completely sober at this point. This is like the next day, right? Okay? Listen to this shit, though. Dude, I'm telling you, and I'm I've had some weird shit happen to me, as a kid, from Ghost, that I think is definitely, it was something. I don't know what the fuck it was. Long story short on that story, I was at my grandma's house. Her cat's sitting right behind me. I was ripping a DVD onto this laptop. I'm the only one there, for sure.
Old-fashioned statement.
Yeah, no one else there at all, just me. And I hear somebody walking in the house right behind me on carpet, and it's like I can hear the footsteps, on carpet, and they're like stomping. And I'm like, so I turn around, I was like, what the fuck, what's going on? And I watched the cat's eyes literally fucking follow across the room, bro. And I hear the footsteps go from carpet to hardwood floor which is only in the kitchen, and I'm looking in the kitchen, and I literally, like, it gives me goosebumps. But I've had something weird happen, and
I got some wild ghost stories when I was little.
whoa, bro. And then fucking cabinets were open and shit. It was weird. But anyways, that's about it. But I didn't expect it to be this crazy, you know. But we get there. They're running us through this tour. You know, they're showing us daggers that were used to, like, kill infant children back in the 1600s, and Dr. Death's van, you know, all this different shit. But we get to this point where right?
And you're alone.
Yeah. And yeah, they're like, it's been like really, really active tonight. And but the very last room is like the staircase that the two daughters, right? And I guess he was like sleeping, and he wakes up at 1 a.m, and his kids are over there, you know, giggling or whatever, pointing in the corner in their room, and they're like, "Do you not see her, Daddy? Do you not see her?" And he was like, "Go to fucking sleep."
Jesus Christ.
I was like, "How the fuck?" Dude? He's like, "Dude."
Oh, that's wild. The wall. Like, I looked all the way up the wall.
And everything.
You know?
Bro, it was so fucking terrifying in that last room.
Nuts.
Bro.
Go there.
Oh, but anyways, I after we got done there, I hadn't drank all day. I hadn't smoked all day. Nothing, bro. I was sober, Sally, and I was like, okay, we're gonna go to Fremont, you know, the downtown part. And we'll go out there, and I'm like gambling, bro, and I'm starting to feel like just nauseous, like out of nowhere, right? Like after I left that place. I mean, just sick as fuck. And I started getting double vision, right? Just for a second, like kind of like spinning. Like I felt like the room was just spinning on me. And I run into the bathroom. I puked again, but this time completely sober. And like I had pushed like people out of the way and everything. Like I had vomit. And this is like too much information, but like when I threw up, everything that was inside of me looked like it was decayed. Like I'd eaten rotten food. I never seen my vomit look like that.
Went and got a fucking exorcism after that shit.
Bro, it freaked me the fuck out.
Going
And
to a priest
dude,
like, hey,
oh no, I like asked for forgiveness from God like so many times, because you're not supposed to do that, like put yourself in harm's way like that. And it freaked me out, dude.
That's wild.
But I just wanted to get my money's worth.
Yeah, no, dude, I got my money's worth for fucking free. When I was little, so we lived in Fairfield, it's a different city that I live in now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we lived in this house, and when I was like, we lived there from like when I was like born to like 3. Well, when I was little, I was like almost 3, you know. Or I was like, oh wait, no, I was probably still 2. One time my dad was holding me, right? And he's holding me, and you know, we're just, you know, on the couch. I don't remember this at all. He just told me the story. And he said that he heard like a tap on the window, you know, but there wasn't anyone there. And I looked over at the window, and then he said that I looked at the window and I followed up the wall. Like I looked all the way up the wall until I was looking straight above my head. Then my eyes rolled back, and I had a fucking seizure.
What?
He took me to the hospital. Well, after that, for like the next year and a half or almost 2 years that we lived there, I would sit in my room, and like I was only like 2 or 3, so I wasn't talking that much, but I would like just talk to myself. And my dad would open the door and be like, "Who are you talking to?" And I'd be like, "The man," and then I'd just point at fucking nothing.
That's so scary.
Dude, my buddy at one of my first workplaces, bro. It's kind of crazy you say that. He came in to work one day, and he's like, "Dude, you're not gonna believe this fucking weird shit, bro." I'm like, "What?" He's like pissed off when he's telling me. He's like, "Yo, I'm I I was like, are you, like, what's going on, bro? Like, what's going on? Just go ahead and tell me. He's like, man, so he has 2 daughters, right? And I guess he was, like, sleeping, and he wakes up at 1 in the morning, and his kids are over there, you know, giggling or whatever, pointing in the corner in their room, and they're like, do you not see her, Daddy? Do you not see her? And he was like, go to fucking sleep.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, how the fuck? Dude? He's like, dude.
Oh, that's wild. But no, so anyway, so with this shit, I would say, you know, I see the man or whatever. Well, it was years later, like, we didn't live there anymore. And my parents found out that there was a guy who lived there before us who he was a pedophile. And he was a convicted murderer. Like, he got caught for murder. Like, he was a convicted murderer or something. Like, he was in jail, like, in, like, the fucking 50s. Well, when he moved out, or he got out of jail, you know, he moved into the house, and he died in the house.
Oh, shit.
That's probably something you... Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, so then, like, years later, I was, like, 6 or so, and I had this dream, and I would have this reoccurring dream every night for, like, almost a fucking year, dude. So I had this dream, right? I'm in like a dark ass. This is a totally fucking true story. I'm in a completely dark room, no windows, no doors, no nothing. Literally just a square block that I'm in, right? And this little boy comes running by, and you know, like the extra read all about it boys from like the 30s or whatever with those little hats.
Yeah.
Like the newspaper boys. He kind of looked like that, and I remember him saying, "Don't look into his eyes." And I didn't know what he was talking about. When I turned, and there's this tall black figure with red fucking eyes. I looked right at him, and it freaked me the fuck out, and I woke up. Well, I would have this dream all the fucking time. Well, then it got to the point where I would start having regular dreams. Like, I'd have a dream that just, like, I'm in school or in class or hanging out with friends or whatever, and that thing would be in the background of my dream.
Oh, my God.
It would be a regular fucking dream, like, just a fucking totally normal dream. And that thing, like, I'd just be having my dream, and I'd look over, and it would just be in the corner, just standing, just watching me.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I had these dreams for a long time, and then they stopped. And for a while it was okay, and then I started, like, weird shit would happen, like, in my house. The weirdest one, I have a whole shitload of stories, but the fucking worst one was, we got home, like, I'm getting fucking chills, look at my arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, for real.
So I'm talking about this, but, so we got home really late, right? And I went in my room and went to bed, and, so this next part, I'm gonna tell you right now, was a dream. I didn't know it was a dream at the time, though. So,
Okay.
This whole next scene or whatever is a fucking dream. So, it's the middle of the night, right? And I woke up, and I'm fucking, like, had a nightmare or something. I'm freaking out, looking all over. Like, I was just like, oh, like, I calmed down or whatever. And then I heard, like, knocking on the door, or not on the door, on the wall near the door. And then I heard, closer to the door, and then on the door, like on the wood. I'm sorry, my dad said be quiet. So then I heard boom, boom on the wood on the door. So I'm like, what the fuck? Well, then the door opens up, and that fucking black figure walks in, closes the door, and then it's pacing back and forth in my fucking room. And I'm looking at it, freaking the fuck out, because, like, I don't know what to do in this situation, you know? Well,
I don't think anyone would.
I go, like, I clear my throat, and it stops. And it looks over at me, and I saw its fucking red eyes. It looks at me, looks at the wall, and punches the wall. And then my clock that I had on my wall falls off the fucking wall. And then it looks at me, red eyes fucking beaming at me, and it jumps at me. It gets about this close to my face, and then I wake up. And that was a fucking dream, right? So then I'm like, what the fuck? I fucking get up, I turn on the light, I'm sitting there freaking the fuck out. Now I'm like just shaking, sitting in my room, because that dream felt so fucking real.
Yeah.
Well, then I hear on my wall just a little tap, and then my fucking clock fell off the wall.
Oh my God. No way.
Yeah.